Howdy friends, today we're doing a couple things on the truck actually, and then later on we're gonna try and go do some campsite hunting on some national forest land. So first off, well, I've got this big old box here from Max Speeding Rods. They sent me out 2 products to review, test out, and install on the Tacoma truck camper. This truck has a 1-inch body lift. This is the factory bumper that is rusty, bent, just looks kind of terrible. Tried to do an off-road bumper, didn't work out. Still trying to do an off-road bumper, just not there yet. So, temporary solution, which I think is pretty good, is gonna be an all black first gen Tacoma factory replica bumper. When I bought this truck back in 2019, I believe, this is how it came, but with a 3-inch body lift. So this little bend in the bumper was far less noticeable, but the space, and I know it has a 1-inch body lift, but the space here is a lot bigger than the space here. And so I think, I don't know what happened with the last owners, but somewhere along the lines from here over, the bumper sags down. And there's also a big dent in it here, dent there, and then just a bunch of dents here and rust littering the whole piece of the chrome. So it's gonna be a good upgrade. Should be pretty straightforward. If we can do it correctly, it'll look like this, but not bent. However, I'm gonna try and see if I can modify the brackets so that way we get rid of this body lift gap. First thing we gotta do here is get the license plate and the plate frame off. Also, my rear view camera is mounted there, so we'll remove that. Now I do have LED upgraded tag lights, which give you that kind of 6,000 Kelvin white temperature, color temperature light. Plus they're a lot brighter than the OEM halogens. So we're gonna take these off because I wanna reuse these. Although the new bumper does come with new light housings, I'm gonna try and reuse these. If my memory serves me correctly, you can either take the rear bumper off of the bumper brackets, or you can just take the entire bumper off the frame of the truck with the brackets included, which is what I'm gonna do. There's no reason to separate them. The new bumper comes with brackets. So it should just be 4, I wanna say 19 mils, 2 on each side. Just take it over the grass. So I'm looking at this and looking for some adjustment to accommodate for the 1-inch body lift. And unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it because one, these 2 nuts are gonna go through here, bolt through. And so essentially to lift the bumper, I'd wanna go lower on these, but obviously run out of metal before that. Not to mention, I'd have to cut these nuts off and either use nuts that aren't welded on or whatever. So that's not gonna work. So then my other adjustment could come from the side that mounts to the frame, which this hole wouldn't be bad to drop down 1 inch and drill out. But this one might be a little sketchy because to go down a full inch is probably gonna end up somewhere on this bend or just too close to this. At least we get the benefit of a fresh new bumper, all black, which should look pretty good. And then it's not bent anymore like the other ones. So this should be pretty straightforward. 2 bolts, you go through the bottom holes into these threaded pieces here. As I've gotten older and wiser as a mechanic, I've learned to love anti-seize. Get them started by hand and then repeat on the other side. So we'll start with these clips. We've got 2 bigger ones, which are gonna go into the tag light holes. They just snap into place, 1 on each side. And then these 4 tag light little clips, they've got little ridges on them. You just wanna make sure you're putting them in the right direction, orientation. Put all 4 of those in. All right, well, every time I go to start this segment, neighbor's dog starts barking, so we're just gonna roll with it. To get the tag light housings installed, you've got the inner housing. This little rubber gasket goes right in here. This piece, which houses the bulb, and it really only fits in one way. It's pretty directional. cinch that together. And then you've got your outer gasket, which is going to go, again, only one way because it's got these two little notches. All the gaskets are sitting flush and flat. And then we're just going to take our Phillips heads and install it. All that's left is this grommet, which I don't know where else it would go besides right here to fill this hole. I actually don't even know what this hole would be for. I'm sure it's a way to access something, but I think this will just go in here, and I might spray some WD-40 on it to get it to slide in better. All right, next up is just going to be putting the 4 bolts that attach the bumper to the frame of the truck. And I hold that real quick. Forgot my anti-seize, so I will throw the first bolt on here.
Help.
One day I'll have a lift, and my life and back will be so much better. Bumper is all installed. One, super happy to just have a fresh new bumper that's not bent anymore on this side. No more rusty chrome, no more dents, and all new hardware and components. So that feels really good. One thing that always feels weird, especially on an off-road vehicle or overland vehicle, it always looks weird putting fresh parts on a dusty, dirty truck. So I think it's going to grow on me even more once it's uniformly dirty. But I think right now it looks pretty good. Still a little bummed, and it's to no fault of Max beating rods in their bumper. My body lift is what's causing this gap here. So would have loved to been able to fix that today, but not in the cards. And something I could do is reach out to a CNC shop and have them print me out new brackets that are accommodating holes wise for the 1-inch body lift, which would then lift this bumper up 1 inch and make it flush with the bottom of the tailgate. Or still on the hunt for building custom front rear bumpers and sliders. So in the future, that may be the ultimate solution. But for now, we've got a fresh bumper. And again, links down below. We're on to the next chapter of the day, which is going to be to go hunt for campsites. We live in South Central Colorado. There's endless amounts of BLM land, national forest, and riddled within all of them are just dozens and if not hundreds of campsites. And we're going out to a spot maybe 45 minutes to an hour from where we live, and we're gonna go wheel around. I don't know how reckless the wheeling is gonna be. Haven't run into anything too crazy out here. We're gonna see what we run into, and then also keep our eyes peeled for good campsites for future videos. Currently headed out towards those mountains right over here. Found a couple trails that we can mess around on. And funny enough, last time we were out here, we were just going out to walk Hank, our dog, and started on the trail, and there's a Jeep in front of us who maybe 30, 40 yards in front of us driving, slams on the brakes, swings open the door, jumps out, and this lady just straight up drops trow and down to her skivvies and starts slapping herself in her legs. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, this person's crazy. But then I realized she probably had I think she said she was getting stung. So she probably had a bee or hornet or something inside her Jeep, inside of her pants. So that was pretty comical, but we're headed to the same place. hold the camera steady, Jesus. You can't tell it's a little bumpy, and I don't know, whoever manages this trail decided to lay a ton of river rock down on it instead of just leaving it dirt. And it is, I'm only in 4-wheel drive low right now because I want the low gears. I don't need to be in 4-wheel drive. But being able to crawl is a lot better than stalling out in first because this is a stick shift pole leaping. All right. We're not even there to the freaking base of the trail yet. We've been on this really rocky section now for maybe a half a mile. That's generous, with no end in sight. But I feel like this would honestly be where they would take new 4-wheel drive vehicles to, like Toyota would come and take their new Land Cruiser, test it out, make sure the suspension and all the components work. I mean, the truck's doing fine, but it is just not enjoyable at all. Back down in kind of the flatland plains area, grasslands, whatever you want to call it. We came from up there. Sorry, the camera's not adjusting very well. We came from up there, and that was, you know, if you started at like 8 o'clock in the morning, I think you could probably make it up to the tippy top. Apparently there's some like alpine lakes up there, but it's 20 miles round trip, so 10 miles from pavement to the top and back. Plenty of spots that we passed for camping, but then there's a ton of these down here in the grasslands. So options, you know, it wasn't a failed hunt for campsites, but we're just trying out different dirt roads and seeing where they end up. And I think like anything, the further out you go, probably the fewer people that there are going to be camping around you. And this place is dead right now. It is currently March. Jeez, it is March, and there's one person camping here that we saw. So in the summertime, I'm sure that's a different story. But it'd be good to know the lay of the land, so that way, if you do get here in July and all the near pavement sites are taken, it's good to know where the campsites stop, so you can kind of go to the outskirts of camping and figure out where and get away from everybody else. Well, we've made it to the end of the road, at least the end of this road. And what a great spot to camp. I think this is probably the last site at the end of this road. I don't know what I'm saying. But we've got a fire pit, all the things you need, plenty of dirt, cow patties. And look at that. The rear bumper stayed on the whole time. Truck held up great. Thank you all for staying tuned in to the channel. And if you're new here, think about subscribing and joining the family. Otherwise, leave a thumbs up. That's always free. Helps the channel a whole bunch. And let me know down in the comments what you thought, where you're watching from, because I always love to find out. And with that being said, love you all. Adios. Keep elevating.